Let's make it official.
Welcome to the Degenerates.
Y'all need to chill, light some.
What you smoking?
Smoke me one of these Marlboro Lights.
Take a trip inside the mind of two guys who hate ugly babies.
You know it!
Have the reputation of being good-for-nothing perverts.
Put your purse down and howl at a real pimp dog.
Obnoxious alcoholics.
Kids, it's safe.
Eat these nuts.
And lovers of middle-aged women.
Older the bear, sweeter the Jew.
Their names?
Nobody cares.
Jessie Bright and Jake Miller.
Degenerates.
The Degenerates.
Let's get this shit going. You dig?
Alright, what up, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's the coldest motherfucker you know. The guy that has a dog with the drinking problem. I got right next to me, I got Jess Bright.
What's up?
One talented motherfucker. Shit, Jesse, how you want to start off? We're going to do our shout-outs for Instagram. First, follow our Instagrams. Our Instagram, mine is at Jake Miller the First. Jesse's is at J Bright, Jayy, Bright.
Right. Yeah.
And our podcast is at capital OGD Degenerates. It's
Yes,
OG Degenerates.
It's OG Degenerates. That's us.
Yep. So we're gonna start this off. We're gonna start talking about So we had last week. We had Young Dino
Wait, Young Dino
and
on.
I. So Saturday we went to the DTV event.
We went to their first concert. DTV is, I don't know if any of them are listening, but if you were or if you are, we fuck with your show or we fuck with everything that happened. Cool show, right?
Yep. Soon we might have. Me and Jess have been talking about doing an event with DTV.
Dino and
Dino and I.
And they'd be headlining, really.
Got a couple other artists we're looking at doing some work with. But this is going to be months in advance. We got till probably about the end of summer we're going to do this, right? That's what we're planning on.
Sometime in summer because we're still working on finding the venue right now. And then we'll work from there. But the venue is kind of our main problem right now. It's
Yup. So you can watch this on YouTube. Usually it's the Degenerates live stream.
Yeah, or you can go to our Instagram.
Yup.
OG Degenerates, and it's in our bio, and you can get right pulled up to it because we don't have enough subs right now to get the customized URL. So if you want to watch the live stream, go to our Instagram, find our YouTube from the bio, and then watch right now because we have XXX up on the screen. It's
Yup.
It's hard. It's hard to fuck it.
All right. So kind of part of our introduction, I wanted to me and Jess shout out a few people that been listening to the show. About every show. We're gonna start off. We got Kelton. I'm gonna use the last names because yeah, whatever.
Fuck it.
We got Kelton Carter. Yeah, Aaron Avery.
She was she messaged me right before the show started and said you guys are late for everything, including your own birth, and I thought it was fucked up because we were a couple minutes late,
right.
but
She's right.
she's right.
This is Jesse's amigo, Lauren Hopkins.
Yeah, Lauren Hopkins. She's been listening to the show. Apparently, I don't know why. Waste of fucking time, honestly.
Yeah. I also want to shout out my boy Bradley. He makes music. His name is Braddock. It's Bradak.
Instagram is Braddock Music, right?
Man, you can't put me on the spot like that.
Shout outs.
Yeah. Also, Mitch Hockman. Mitch was on the show week 2, right?
Yeah, Mitch was on week 2. We haven't had a 1-on-1 since week 1. Really, this is week 4, and we had 2 straight episodes where we had a guest. And they were all good guests, Young Dino and all them. We got the first exclusive to their album, and then we got invited. We were on the list.
Oh, yeah. On my wrist. I swear to God. I'm not lying to you.
First class.
That means royalty.
So they let us in, and we got to see their first ever live performance. And we was all, me, Jake, and the boys, we was hyping them up because they did that.
I got one more person. Actually, a few more people. I got the Swag Master.
Can never forget
boy.
the Swag Master.
Trey Swag Master.
Trey
that
Swag
is my
Master.
boy.
What's
He's
up?
always hit me up on Instagram asking for advice. I don't know why he'd come to me, but that's still my boy. I try to give him the best advice I can. It's pretty fucking terrible, but anyway. Somebody I know listens every week is my favorite, Aunt Trish.
Yep.
She's Jesse's he's trying not to say something, but anyway. Love her, she's the best.
Aunt Trish, everybody knows.
Man, I can't even go out with them talking about my aunt. But anyway.
Hey, we're not trying to be an asshole, but Jake has some really hot family, and Aunt Trish is definitely included. I love you for listening to the show, and you're great.
She's the best.
She is the best, definitely.
Yes. Love her so much. Anyway, we're about to get into something else. My last shout out is about to be Chad, my boy Chad. Go way back with him. I used to work with Chad about a year or two ago. I worked with him for there's dicks being drawn on the screen, but anyway, I worked with Chad for about 2-3 years, and that is my boy. Honestly, one of my best friends. Funny as shit. You may not believe it, cause Chad's like as stupid as we are, but Chad is extremely smart. Like that's my boy. He taught me everything I know. I do heat and air. That's my boy. Go way back with him. Anyway, so we're about to do our debut episode of what is it?
Going inside of Chad.
Going inside of Chad. And by the way, by the way, don't say his last name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Chad.
I also want to mention me and Jess. We're working on cartoons.
Yeah, the cartoons. We're doing all types of comedy right now. We're doing some type of cartoon thing. We can't really tell much about it because it's weeks in the process because we got
a couple ideas, but we're gonna keep coming up with more.
There's a lot going on right now, so it's kind of
really trying to get into that comedy overall. But anyway, Chad, we're gonna be doing work with Chad. I'm gonna be going out to his place, and we're gonna do some work with him and his brother-in-law Mike. It says it's a bunch of dicks on the screen. It's not about dicks. I know we talk about dicks a lot, but it's not.
We talk about dicks a lot, and we're gonna bring the dick into here one day. So be prepared for that.
Are you ready to handle it, EK?
Can you handle all of the dick?
It's a lot. It's a lot of dick.
So with all that, I want to shout out again at OG Degenerates, at JYY Bright, at Jake Miller the First. We all need our followers. And we appreciate DTV following us and hitting us up. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And then we also have Chad on the phone lines.
Yeah,
Chad's
Chad's
waiting.
about to come on.
Chad's coming. Chad's coming soon. Chad's coming really soon. But
all right,
we
gotta explain it. We gotta explain what going inside of Chad is about. What it's like going inside of Chad.
Yeah, you were talking about going inside of Chad, in his guts, and
deep
all of
up
that.
in his belly.
All of it.
All right. So the idea from this segment is I listen to 106.7 The Fan all day. Love them. Listen to Chad Dukes. We got this idea from Chad Dukes and Landfill on 106.7. It's the fast food pinata.
Yeah.
But we're pretty much just giving credit to that because they used to do it every Friday. I don't think they do it as much now. But anyway, so we're giving credit of the idea to them. EK is about to trip out behind the scenes.
He's going off. We got Hill Hippie and
so
EK behind the scenes. You can't see him, but Hill Hippie's coming on later on the show. We'll get to that later. But
yeah, EK just dipped out, and I was about to bring Chad on.
Well, I mean, we got 10 minutes here, so we got a couple more minutes to talk about some shit. But we do have Chad coming on to do what we're doing. Really, is it's sort of like the fast food pinata, which is where they go look at shitty foods and they kind of break those down, kind of like we do the porn reviews.
Yeah.
But they get super into it.
Yeah, I used to. Me and Chad used to work together all the time. Used to do the dumbest shit. Like we would just ride around in his van all day and think of dumb shit and come up with ideas off that. Like we're probably the stupidest people you've ever met. Like you don't want to catch us when we're out in public because they're looking at us like we have a mental illness.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I wish EK would come back because that's what I was scheduled to do.
Yeah.
Maybe we should shout really loudly in the microphone so we can hear us.
Yeah, so you can hear us. So with Inside Chad, that's one of our segments. We have the porn review, and we're working on other segments, and we're gonna work on, we're gonna do topics, and we have other segments planned. I have shit you not. I have an entire phone.
That's all we do. It's just write shit.
We spent the last 4 hours before we came on here just kind of working on shit, but we have a ton of shit coming. I mean, it's so much that it's hard to explain. We've got, like I said, we want to do comedy in general. We're kind of like working on stand-ups and shit too. That's kind of in the future because all this takes a lot of time. We've got full-time jobs.
We spent about 4 hours just on this episode getting the outline, getting everything straight with Chad.
Yeah, and we're working on promos and all types of shit. I mean, we have a full-time job, so all of this takes...
Usually I'm up till about 2 or 3 in the morning. Wake up around 7 or 8.
I haven't slept much recently, but just because of this and how much has been going on, and we don't have any type of soundboard. That kind of sucks. I thought we would have that.
Dude, we really need EK to come back.
Yeah, we clearly do. But until EK gets back, we can talk about what... I mean... besides the cartoons.
Hey, EK, can we get
there's
Chad
EK.
on?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Chad can hear us right now, so we just been talking bullshit. He's been waiting
Yep.
to come on.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Chad.
What's up, fellas?
What's
What's up,
bro?
Chad? We have caller calling in, Chad. What's up, Chad?
What's up, bud?
I've been wanting to get Chad on for the first few weeks, and we finally had time to do it. And I had to convince him because he's like, Chad's got a job. Chad's got to get up early tomorrow, so we had to convince him to come on. It didn't take much convincing, but we got him on. Anyway, so what this was supposed to be was I texted Chad a couple times. He was supposed to go to Arby's and eat the meat mountain. Like I was like, what do I want Chad to eat? Like, what would be the funniest thing for him to do if he's doing a food review? And I want to shout out Hunter Turner because actually he gave me the idea. We were at work and we were bullshitting. I was like, dude, I don't know what to have Chad eat. And Hunter came up with that shit. So anyway, Chad was not able to get to put that meat inside of him.
He didn't get the meat in his mouth.
He did put a little bit of meat, but it wasn't as much as we wanted to put inside of Chad. But anyway, so Chad, you weren't able to go to Arby's and get the meat mountain put inside of you, but what did you eat?
Oh, I put the big kahuna up in me.
The Big Kahuna? Tell us a little more about the Big Kahuna.
What is it, Chad?
Steak, cheese, and then I double meated that freak. Oh.
Was it good?
Yes, it was 14 inches of deliciousness.
14? God damn,
Yeah,
Chad.
I'm still paying for it.
So how much, Chad, tell me, like, how much extra was it to double the size of the meat?
That was like a $16 sandwich.
$16?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chad.
All right,
Yeah.
So, Chad, in your own words, we're going to listen to you
Heavy
now.
Band-Aid.
Explain it to us. Explain the experience.
Oh, it was great for the first 3 quarters, and then I broke out in a full sweat, stomach cramps, and I still got it all in me.
All of it.
All of it.
So you
I
said
even
about
got heavy mayonnaise.
oh God,
It was
so
all over my face.
all up in your beard, right?
Yep.
Looking sexy as always.
It was well worth it. Well worth it.
All right, so Chad, I'm doing the math on this. 3/4 of 14 inches. That's around? You got about 11 inches in, roughly. I'm not even thinking about like that's just. I'm not even thinking about the math. Like that's a rough 11 inches in. You had another 3 inches to go, and you were having a hard time handling it. Right?
Yeah. I had to dig deep for that one, but
That's a lot to fucking handle right there.
So that was one of our questions: is were you able to finish it off? You got the whole thing in you?
Yes, I housed it. Yeah.
All right.
I still can't see my wiener, but
All right, Chad. So I want to know. This was one of our questions for the meat mountain, just because of the girth of the whole sandwich. But
I'm gonna circle back to that. I got to go experience that.
so how like were you able to fit the whole thing in your mouth? How hard was it to fit it all in your mouth?
Because like if you get like a TNT deli sub or something, you can't fit that in your mouth.
No.
So did you have a hard time fitting it all in your mouth at once, Chad?
Yes, I did.
But you were.
It was too much meat at once.
Did you have to, like, were you able to do it all at once, or did you have to kind of break it down a little bit at a time?
Yeah, I was definitely.
You had to work your mouth up to getting it around it, right?
There was a little stretching going on, but I managed.
Chad's gonna have to put fucking ointment on the sides of his mouth.
He's gonna fucking stretch marks on the side of his mouth.
All right, so Chad, our next question is how did it taste when you put it in your mouth? I want to
and describe it details. When you put it in your mouth, all the meat is in your mouth now.
Yeah,
what did it feel? How did you feel? What did you taste?
Yeah, was it salty when you put it in your mouth? What was it like? I want a good description.
It was very, very flavorful. It's juicy. Oh.
Do you have any other adjectives, Chad? Because I know this is one thing you're good on. This is why I picked you, because Chad he would get done eating something and he'd use some dumb ass word that nobody would ever say. He'd be like, "Yeah, I put a little dollop of sour cream on it," or like he called a
Little
morsel.
dollop.
Yeah, look, it had little morsels of bacon. I'm like, Chad, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, nobody says that shit.
Who says that?
So Chad,
a food lover would say that.
so coming away from this question, you said it was flavorful and what else?
Oh, it's super juicy.
All right, so yeah, all right.
So what condiments did you put on it?
He had a lot of mayo.
A lot of mayo.
Yeah, I
Chad,
went heavy on the mayonnaise.
Chad could have a fucking mayo IV, and that motherfucker would be happy as shit. Loves mayo. I know.
Besides mayonnaise, what did you have?
Yeah, Chad. That was
it.
What did you drink?
I told him to hold the lettuce and tomato too. I didn't want that shit. I just wanted the meat.
Chad just wanted the meat. That's all. When it comes down to it, you can say that about everything. Chad just wants the meat.
He wanted the full 14 inches of meat, nothing else.
Everything he's trying to do in life, it just comes down to Chad's wanting the meat, and he's gonna get it. All right.
That really tickles my fancy.
All right, Chad. So, our very last question.
No, we had 2 questions.
Oh yeah, we got 2 questions. My bad. I'm tripping. All right, Chad. Would you let what was it called?
The Big Kahuna.
Would you let it fill your belly up again? Would you put it inside you?
Yeah.
Another you would. All right.
Dude, I would jump on another one right now.
Would you? Do you think you could finish? You could finish it off?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. But, yeah.
So, is there anything on your mind you want for next week, Chad, or for any?
Yeah, we have you on. Let's say another week or 2 from now. What's your ideas? Do you want to try to do the meat mountain?
Yeah, I'm definitely going after that meat mountain. I think I can conquer that.
All right, I think you can do it. I think you put every bit of it in you.
He wants as much meat as he can get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're gonna get stuffed tight with meat. But
He's a meat monster.
I'm ready to be a part of that. All right, Chad. Our last thing is we want you to give it a score 1 out of 10, and you can use 7.5. You could even do 7 3/4. You could do anything you want. We want a 1 out of 10 score, whatever you think.
I'm gonna go with a 9 on that.
A 9. Wow, Chad,
I'm gonna go with a 9.
A 9? It was that good? 9 is like I should go get it tomorrow.
Chad has very high standards. He's not just some whore that goes out here and puts anything inside.
I would have went with a 10, but the price kind of held me back from the 10.
What's the price?
You said $14.
14,
wow.
Yeah.
$16. That's pretty expensive. You could get some nice quality food for that money.
Oh yeah.
That's a dinner out of B-dubs, like with 1 beer and some wings. That's the same price.
Or you can get a big 14 inches of meat in you.
I know what I'm going with.
I mean, it's hard to beat the meat. You know what I
mean? Shit, Chad. You see, that's the thing about Chad is he's so stupid, dude. Like when he starts laughing, it geeks me out. Like you just got to start laughing when you hear that stupid shit. All right, Jess, we got anything else we want to talk to Chad about? I could talk to Chad about. Honestly, Chad, I wish you would come on here for a porn review, but you got to work so early in the morning. It doesn't line up.
Yeah, if you were in a porn
review, I don't want to see any more of the animal shit though.
Oh,
who does like?
Chad has watched. Me and him used to watch a lot of animal porn. There's actually this one video of a horse, and I'm not lying to you. I'm not shitting you. Like his dick is about 2 feet long. It's about 24 inches.
No, could you handle that much meat, Chad?
Oh God,
dude!
No.
And when the horse finishes, it like he squirts it out.
Don't
of his
forget
ass.
about the pig.
Oh yeah, there's the pig too. But there's so many videos of guys going out to like farms and shit, or maybe it's their own farm, and they let they have sex with barnyard animals and shit. So me and Chad used to just spend hours watching that. It's one of our favorite pastimes.
So since EK is away from the screen now, do you have a couple minutes, Chad? You can talk with us about Jake's jack off hiatus.
Well, he doesn't know about that. All right, so yeah, so Chad, we're about to get into that. Whenever you got to go, you can go. But our next segment, the next thing we were going to talk about was back in high school. Jesse, do you want to tell him about this? Because he's the one who thought I had a problem.
Well, we were in, what, ninth?
It was about ninth grade.
I think it was ninth grade. I want to say ninth grade because I don't think I was just quite driving yet. Jacob had a serious masturbation problem. And he was beating off everywhere, in school, in the courtyard. I mean, he was everywhere.
Showers.
Anywhere he could get his hand on his dick, he was beating it.
If we were in class, I'd, hey, can I go to the bathroom?
So what eventually ended up happening is I had this watch.
It was dope.
And I given it to Jake, right?
It was a white
the white G-Shock, and I sold it to Jake. And then I was like, hey, I want to buy it back. And then we were in the locker room one day, and Josh Matteau's butt, Nick Williams, or just so you know, nobody knows who it is, Wick Williams, all of them were in there. And they heard, and we got into it, and Jake's like, hey, we're negotiating, is how it went.
Yep.
And I told Jake I would give him $100 for my watch back, which is what he gave me. And he had it for a couple months. I was like, I'll give you $100, but you have to go a month without jacking off. And then I'll give you $100. And if not, I think it was 50, right? 50?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So Jake said, he thought, he was like, oh, $50? I can go a month without jacking off.
He thought I had a problem, but I didn't have a problem. I still do it just as much. This didn't help me at all, but he thought I had a problem, so he wanted to help me as a friend, and he was looking out for my well-being, but it didn't help me at all. He wanted me to quit beating off.
Well, and he was true. He's like, I'll be honest. He's like, if I fail, I'll be honest, and he did end up failing.
I did fail. I did.
He couldn't go the full month without jacking off. But
I'm surprised I went that long, dude. It was at the point like my whole genital area was just pained because I'd wake up in the morning and I didn't do anything, but there'd be like weird stuff oozing out of me.
Oh God!
It was turning green. Like, have you ever looked at a dog's dick if he hasn't had his nuts cut off and like there's like green cum coming out of it because it's about 2 weeks old. It was pretty much my whole deal going on.
He's just walking in circles, air humping.
Yeah, dude. Like I'd be in my sleep and I'd wake up and I'd be like just humping my blanket.
Yeah, you just give it a couple pumps in your sleep.
But that's the thing is that counted. Like if I was to bust off in my sleep, if I'm blowing one off in my sleep, I wake up, I got ball snot all in my boxers. It doesn't matter.
It counts.
No, it doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Well,
I thought that was the rules, dude.
Okay.
This has been about 5-6 years ago. If I can't touch it. I can't like rub up against a wall or something.
Rub on the couch or something, Good.
And anything that's any friction that I'm doing and I know about it, that's breaking the rules. I lasted, what did we say, a few weeks? It was about a few weeks.
A few weeks. And he was actually pretty close. But he came to school one day, he's like, dude, I couldn't do it. I beat off like 10 times last night. I had to go at it.
I was watching some good mom porn and I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, because honestly, after a couple weeks, I'm going to say like maybe 2 weeks in, you could tell like something was visibly fucking with Jake. He would come into school and he's like, he's got that look.
I'm angry all the time.
He's angry.
I'm punching walls.
He's talking about he can't wait for this to end so we can beat off. He's like, dude, it's awful. And then he'd get called to the chalkboard or whatever, and he'd have to fucking do the little weird squirm or whatever.
Yeah, I just be in the middle of class and I'm getting boners. All right. So Chad, I know you got to go to bed. If you want, you can stay on, but
so
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun, Chad.
Y'all take care, buddy.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right, bro. That's my homeboy.
Hey, EK, Chad hung up, so he's good.
All right, we're straight. Right.
So we're gonna continue with the jack off hiatus for another couple minutes.
Yeah, we can go on about that.
So yeah, it almost worked. I ended up paying $50 for the G-Shock, which worked out for me, obviously, because he didn't make it. But
I was on the losing end of that deal because $100 back in the day was like
a lot of money.
God, that's a bill. Like now it's like
it's not worth going that far.
I get like 500 on my paycheck, like shitty money, like after a week, and it's like all of it's gone in no time.
Yeah, and actually this got inspired because I think Josh Matozzi was talking about something, how he went like a week without beating off, and I told Jake, I said, we made this bet. $100 says you can't go without a month beating off, and
it wasn't worth it.
It was a valiant effort, but he didn't make it.
No, not November.
No
Yep.
Nut November, but
I tried.
this was
yet
No
I
Fat
failed.
Fredericksburg, and he did not make it.
Mm-mm.
I ended up making the money. Not to get off the jack off hiatus because we're gonna get the porn review as it goes. But did you watch the Porn Hill Hippie?
I have.
Okay.
Something else I want to talk about. Well, we were talking about it for our event. Speaking of, what'd you call it? No fat.
No Fat Fredericksburg.
Yeah. So it's something me and Jessie have thought about doing as a charity. Is we're not gonna beat off for like a month, and we're somehow gonna incorporate that into a charity.
Raising money.
Yeah. And we don't know if we want to call it like No Fap Fredericksburg. We don't know what we're gonna call it, but it's an idea we got going around.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard for me to go a whole month without ejaculating. Wait,
We've thought about bringing the idea. What?
does this count of having? If you have sex, can you have sex within a month?
No.
Nah, it's no nuts.
No nut at all.
Well, I don't know. That was back in high school, and like I wasn't getting no.
I mean,
I was in like 8th to 9th grade, dude. You
like-
ain't getting no. I didn't get no butt.
So I mean, theoretically, if I wanted to beat the system, I gotta go a month without beating off to raise money for charity. I can have sex, right? I mean, no,
No.
All right, I
it's rough.
Because if you've got a girl, you're still getting off.
Well, that's not no nut. We're talking about
So you're nutty.
no fat. We're talking about no beating off.
We're not
like
beating
fapping,
off.
Like
Which requires, number one, you to not be in any type of relationship. Number two, not trying to get in a relationship. Because if you're going to try and cheat it, you're cheating. Think of what?
we're cheating the system. He is right.
That's right. That's a good point. That's a solid point.
Those are the rules. So then it should be no nut for Fredericksburg.
I guess. I mean, fuck. That makes life so much more difficult.
I don't know if we've talked about this on the show, but our charity, like the main idea is it's either going to be about, it's going to be something to do with SPCA, so we can work with animals or do a charity for animals, or we want to do something for the homeless.
The homeless, yeah.
Honestly, only two things I care about with charities, pretty much.
We've
Besides little kids with cancer and something like that.
Yeah,
They get enough money.
We've been raising money for the homeless actually for a long time. People don't even know about it because
Oh,
we've been saving.
I know where he's going with this.
We've got at my house. We have an old truck that sits.
We've got two old trucks.
Two old trucks, and both of them sit behind my house, and the entire beds are full. I'm talking about like mountain high
Crushed up.
of old beer cans, beer bottles, and everything. Because our idea was one day we'll take this, we'll donate it, or no. What we'll do is we'll
recycle it.
get whatever money we can, and we'll buy
40s,
socks,
like,
shit like that for the homeless. Because homeless want beer too. I mean,
Hey, dude, I know if I was homeless, I'd want to drink.
So what we're calling this is we've been calling this drinking for the homeless.
Mm-hmm. Drinking for the homeless.
I mean, that's what we've been planning on doing, but we haven't really got around to recycling yet. We've been drinking.
Oh, but we have many beer cans. So when we do this, it's going to be a mass movement for homeless people around Fredericksburg.
Because we drink, probably every.
We've mentioned this a few times on the show. Yeah, we drink way too often. We're alcoholics. It's pretty common knowledge. Jesse, why are you looking over at your phone all serious?
Somebody hit me up, said no sex for a month. Damn, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be like.
One sec.
That's why it's called a challenge.
I know, and we're raising money for it. We got to raise a lot of money if I'm going.
Well, here's the whole: is how are we gonna do? Who's gonna donate money because I'm not beating off?
That's
so
what
we
I
do
was
have
just
to figure
about to
out.
say. Good luck finding sponsors. Excuse me. Hello, hello, sir or madam. My name is so and so. I'm doing an event to raise money for charity. I will not be engaging in any type of sexual activity. Sir, ma'am, if you don't leave my property, I'm calling the cops.
That's pretty much how that would go. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's how it's gonna go. But, oh man, really? I mean, this is the best thing I can think of to raise charity for because it works.
Because it works for you?
Well, because
Well, no, it
it's a
doesn't work out for
challenge. I
me.
mean, what else harder could I do in my life? Like,
Somebody's gonna have to show
If
me some sort of money to not beat off.
The apex challenge for you in your life is not nutting for a month. I feel sorry for you.
I'm not gonna
That's a good
climb the
point.
Appalachians or nothing. I mean, I can go a month without beating off. I think maybe, who knows? But I'm not gonna be climbing mountains and shit like that.
Why would I do that when I can just sit at home and not beat off?
Exactly. People will get on board. We'll get people.
Now, here's the thing. You also, any participant in this has to be an extremely trustworthy person because unless you're not allowing any participant to sleep alone or be alone at any point in time. I mean, if
How
let's say-
about 24-hour footage of me or Jesse?
if you go into the bathroom to drop a deuce, somebody needs to be in there with you to make sure you're not fapping as you're dropping that deuce.
Jake was honest with me when
Some
he
sort of
failed.
fuck.
He told me, he's like, I didn't make
I'm
it.
a very trustworthy person. I did tell him.
I'm not saying either one of you are not, but anyone else that you might have in this challenge, because let's face it, the more participants you have, the more potential money you could raise if you can find people willing to give money for, okay, you don't want to nut for a month? Okay.
That's the whole idea is me and Jesse want to be known for not nutting for a month. That's a pretty serious accomplishment. It's all about us.
Is it, though?
I mean, would you? Could you go a month?
I don't go a day.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you. I mean, who does?
I'm
Now,
gonna have
here's the
that.
thing. If I'm raising $100 for charity, no. If I'm raising $1,000 for charity, okay, that's a different story. If I'm raising $10,000 for a charity, you damn right I'm putting those fucking rings that you put around your dog so he can't lick his nuts after he's been cut.
Wait,
I'm putting those on my hands to make sure I can't reach myself.
Why don't we just wear one of those belts? What do you call them?
Chastity belts.
Yeah, chastity belt. Yeah.
Because number one, you would have to take it off to either piss or shit. And if you didn't take it off to piss or shit, after a month, well, after a week, ew.
What if I stay at the house?
What if you what?
I lock myself in my house for a month.
See previous statement. Ew. You would have so many diseases in your nether regions.
I've got one of those shower heads that you can take off and you can move it around. Like it's got the joint where you can move it around. It does. It's not just.
You really think you're going to be able to a piece of chastity that's going to prevent you from reaching those nether regions is going to get everything taken care of. You're going to get some form of fungi that by the time it's all said and done, your little wanker is going to be hanging on by a thread. It's going to be whimpered up in the corner going, God damn it, what the fuck did I do to you when we were friends?
I'm going to bathe in hand sanitizer every day. I'll get Purell or whatever they are to sponsor me.
I
and
guarantee you still wouldn't get it up into your ass crack down by your purple starfish where a fungi would start to grow.
Or in your taint, as they call it.
I think you could reach the taint easier than you can reach the starfish.
Well, you could get a special. You could get a special belt made, chastity belt made. Not one of the old school joints. We're talking about a 2019.
So you're talking
Like-
about
like-
one, you're talking about one made out of a wire mesh.
Like a gimp suit almost.
Yeah, like bondage porn or some shit. I know there's something out there. Come on, we can look this up right now.
There's some sort of gimp suit that is like a
I'm gonna look
chastity
Okay,
belt.
bondage porn. You know, you realize bondage porn type apparati are designed to allow access, so you're counterproductive in that search. You would have to have, in order to clean it properly, you'd have to have some sort of wire mesh that would be solid, that wouldn't take damage, constant wear over a month, that would still allow you in your movable shower head to spritz yourself down with a hand sanitizer and water. Because let's face it, you really don't want isopropyl alcohol hitting areas with that many nerve endings in it for a
Ooh,
extended
that's a good
period of
point.
time.
Man, I didn't think this through.
I want to, again, remind everybody to go watch us on YouTube right now. Because this
YouTube,
is
Apple
great.
Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts. Go to our Instagram at OG Degenerates. Find me at JBright, JYY Bright. Find him at Jake Miller first. We both have the YouTube bios or the links in our bio, and you can watch us live. You can
Word.
hear us talking to Hill Hippie about
That's my
chastity
man.
belts and taint porn and whatnot.
You
And
can also-
poorly thought out ideas.
That's cold.
That
That's
is cold.
It was an
But
idea.
accurate.
We did not have this written in the outline. It was just something we brought up. It wasn't that polished.
But it didn't take. I wasn't prepared to answer this question yet. I still found every
See,
possible
you
problem.
did,
in
you
it.
did. And I agree
Thank
with that.
God we have him here to think through.
Yeah,
it.
thank God we have us. But I think it's a good idea. As a whole, it's a good thought. It has good meaning.
It has good meaning.
I mean, why wouldn't the ASPCA get behind this? What good possible reason could they have? We're raising money for them, So what matters if we're just beating? We're not beating off. I mean, it's good for them.
What reason would they have for not getting behind it?
That's that's why we got to get.
I don't think they'd want to associate themselves with that type of publicity.
They're taking money.
They can take money. They'll take the money as long as it's under the table and they're not associating themselves with what you're doing. Like, yeah, we'll take your donation, but please don't mention us in your challenge.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you got to think about what you're doing though. And I get it. You're edgy. You're outside of the spectrum of what the norm is, and you got to realize the standard of society, where a lot of people still don't admit. Oh no, I don't masturbate. No, you got to realize the demographic of society that is out there.
Society sucks.
That's
There's more
beside the
people like
point.
us
I
than you think.
agree, but that's beside the point. Society sucks, but in order to get the money that you want to raise, you gotta pander to society.
Yeah. So we gotta do like stupid shit like this, like Special Olympics or something just absolutely that makes no sense.
You gotta do something that doesn't involve
Masturbation, probably.
masturbation.
Public masturbation, maybe.
Really?
I don't know about that one. Yeah,
That usually
That's a
comes
little
with a set of
risky.
charges.
that's a little risky.
and your name added to a specific list that
but-
restricts where you live.
oh
Man, that sucks.
my god! All right, so we've got what is it? It's 11:15, right?
That would be correct, sir.
Because the clock's usually it's on right there. But
clock's
all
on.
Yeah,
on.
we've been experiencing ways to enhance the audio and video quality of the station. So we've been moving some power sources around. That's why the clock is not plugged in currently.
All right.
so good.
But what I guess what he's getting at is, you ready to do the porn review, Hill Hippie?
I know I'm ready.
That's what I'm here for, right?
Yep.
So we want to introduce the Hill Hippie. He is on. I actually Hill Hippie does podcasts. So you tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Greetings. Hi, I'm Hill Hippie. You can catch me on Shock Monkey Radio on Tuesdays from 6 to 7. Or if you're more of the serious type and you're looking for a soulful, meaningful view to life and ways to find your place in the universe and a way to connect to the source, you can find me on Otherland Dreams Tuesday nights from 10:30 to 11:30. Both shows can be found anywhere that podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Google, Castbox. Please like, share, and subscribe. The best way to tell us that we are doing a good job is by putting in comments, liking us, sharing us with your friends. That is where you can find me and my normal shows.
So that's Hill Hippie. And anybody that's been listening, he was on episode 2 where we did the porn review, and he came in for a.
He had a hot take
And as soon as he came in, we knew we're like, this is our guy.
because me
He's
and
gotta do
Jessie,
porn
we
reviews.
think the same way when we watch porn. Like we watch a lot of the same types of porn.
I could tell based on the video you had me review.
Not to give spoilers, but me and Jake actually gave a fairly close review. So
All right. So that's something else we got to mention is me and Jessie spent about maybe an hour, 2 hours working on fixing our porn review system.
it was
We
flawed
changed-
before.
Yeah, it was very flawed, and we realized it and we fixed it.
We were being a little too snobby. We had to bring our expectations down just a little bit because
Being kind of picky.
we're being pretty picky with porn, and you can't be picky with porn because the last one we did was I thought it was a good porn, and we gave it a pretty low review.
We had to fix it.
Hill's got
He's
something on
just
his
looking-
mind.
he
He's got
looks-
something on his mind. What do you think? You
He
can't.
thinks that the porn wasn't good. That's what he's thinking.
Are you thinking
he
the
just
porn-
dissed it?
I thought it was a good porn.
I think your premise is flawed.
Why?
Our premise.
Yes.
It's a
premise.
percentage. It's a percentage grade of porn. Like
But the premise of that you're being too picky. What is good or not good in any type of media, particularly porn, is all subjective. So therefore, to think you're
Yes.
being too picky is a flawed premise because it's all about taste.
That is, but we're
it's all about your own preference.
But-
yeah.
Right.
But that's what I was being picky for my own. it's
our
my
own
preference.
taste.
Right. So that's what you should do.
But
You're-
Yeah, but
you
the
are-
system was very flawed.
The last
It
one we were
was.
both
are
happy
you
with.
reviewing it?
Yeah, but that's the thing is our system was flawed. So when I was looking through, I was like, I like this more, and our ratings were off. Our
Okay, I will
categories.
trust you in your judgment of your own system.
the last one was off because it was a solid porn. I think the highest grade it got was about a 70.
Yeah.
And it was a good porn. This one, we redid everything. We rethought a lot of things, and we gave the numeric values a little bit differently. And this one turned out a lot better. So, what did you think of the porn at first glance, Hill Hippie?
All right, I'm going to excuse me as I whip this out and let you know that I wrote my review.
Yo, shit.
Yup.
I wrote my review on the back of a
Lowe's receipt.
Lowe's receipt that was not even the receipt of something I bought, just one of those stupid
Oh yeah.
fill out this survey and you get blah 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 chance.
I'm a big fan of Casting Couch. I want to make that known right now.
Mhm.
Casting is probably my favorite to watch.
It's
Okay.
up there.
Y'all probably might not like this. The intro to the video I thought was solid. You know, they gave the premise that they were
They always do.
trying to cast this girl into the video. All right. I bought into it. The guy's questions were proper. She seemed timid enough. I mean, it might have been real acting. Might have been. The model I gave us 8 out of 10. Despite the fact that she almost had a man jaw.
It was kind of strong.
She had a strong jaw. She'd probably take a good right hook, maybe even a left one.
Yeah, I think she's got a stronger jaw than me.
Or Rihanna.
I don't know. I think Rihanna could take a blow from Buster Douglas.
That's a domestic.
Oh. And don't get me wrong. If Rihanna, if you're listening and you're into skinny white guys, call me.
Oh,
You can find me at Hill Hippie,
That's
HILLHIPP at FXBGPR.com. The first thing that threw me off on this video, he stands her up, he gets her undressed. She sits down on the couch, and he asks her to masturbate, because this is a casting couch video.
Casting always does that.
When she spread her legs, there was some sort of cotton swab or something hanging out on the outer labia if you're looking at the screen on your right hand side, that was distinct and extremely noticeable.
I saw that. I honestly, I thought it was a piercing at first.
I never
No,
saw that.
that
I
is
never
not a
saw it.
piercing. That is an unclean cooch.
My favorite kind.
She's been wiping a little too hard. She got a little aggressive with it.
Yeah.
Either way, you think you'd want to check that, but either before going on video or if you're going to a porn interview, you want to make sure that's yourself, either a guy or a girl, that you're clean, prepped, and ready. You know.
It's understandable.
Right. It makes
That's
sense, man.
not a far reach. I think that's a solid point. I missed that. You got me there. I missed that.
That's the second porn review we've done with Hill Hippie involved that we missed something. Last time, she didn't show no titties. That's
Didn't
that's
show
what
no
it was.
titties.
Yep.
The background, the environment that the video took place in, I gave a 5 out of 10. It was an average background. It wasn't poor. It wasn't great. It gave
It's a typical casting couch.
It gave the idea of a generic office that somebody threw up QFH, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
A black couch, desk, the usual.
White walls, closed blinds, nothing on the desk or on the walls to actually think that this was actually this guy's office. It was a very generic. The blowjob scene, because that was one of the things when I looked at your list of criteria, and I'll admit, 5 minutes after looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying much attention to that. I gave that a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, she did okay.
Wait, I gave
No,
her
she
a
didn't.
10. I gave her a 10.
I gave her 9.
She was trying to land a job, not give a job.
Yeah, you're right. I'm biased because I love casting quality porn so much. It's my favorite type of porn.
Yeah. What was the phrase that came out of your mouth there? You were biased?
Yeah, I am because
Yeah.
it's my favorite part where he's like, it happens every casting couch.
Yup, I know what's.
What we need you next is suck my cock. That's my favorite part. And then she sucks his dick.
He's also got the line. Which
Well, it's a porn, so that's kind of a given.
everyone is
He
the
can't
same.
walk in that. He's like, what in the fuck is going on
He
right
just
now?
leaves when we come on. He hates our shit.
So go on, Hippie. What else did you have to say about the porn?
Okay, so like I said, the blowjob I thought was really poor. You know, she did not focus enough on what she was doing. She was focusing more on looking up at the camera and making sure she got
I
the
hate
camera's
that.
attention than paying attention to what she's doing.
Yep.
Solid
That
point.
would take me out of what I'm watching. The scene cuts are time per position. I understand this is a compilation trying to get you to go to their website.
Yeah, trying to get you to pay for it.
But wow, that was quick in every single position.
Yeah, she would skip around, you
there
know.
there was not enough time to actually, if you're getting into it, and you're putting yourself in this dude's position. And I'm like, all right, I got her bent over. Yeah. Oh, wait, now we switched. It just was too much of a scene change. I gave that a 3 out of 10. The anal, complete fail.
Yeah, total fail.
She got like what, like a couple pumps in.
Complete fail. 0 out of 10.
All right,
Number one, he got it in, but the look of pain on this poor girl's
That was
face.
painful. She was taking it.
That was that takes me out of it. I'm not the type of person who's into anal porn, especially if they look like they're hurting. If you're enjoying hurting another person, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, you're right about that, but this is kind of touchy to talk about. But some girls are into that. Like
she wasn't.
Yeah, that's the
she
thing,
wasn't.
Yeah, she didn't like. That's why she.
So you're not into anal.
I'm not saying I've never done it, but it takes the right partner. She was not the right partner. If I was editing this video, I'd have left that completely out of it.
Well, it makes it kind of dirty though. She took a dick in her
at
ass.
least she tried it. She tried it.
He took the finger and he was,
Yeah.
and she was.
Yeah,
He got about halfway in too.
that's the thing. You can go with the finger and still make it dirty and not show somebody in extreme agony.
Yeah, she wasn't really with that.
Not at all. And if I was trying to fat to this video, that would have been the point where I'd have said, all right, I'm finding something else. Despite the fact that she had the man jaw, despite the fact that you couldn't get into any one of the positions because they transitioned too quickly, that would have been the breaking point for me.
Understandable.
All right. The next time you come on, I want you to pick porn. I want you to pick.
We want to review your porn.
By the way, the name
Fair
of this
enough.
video is
Chocolate Lover's Delight Anal Casting. You can find it on
Yep.
xnxx.com. Anyway, continue with Hill Hippie.
The male actor's face was constantly blurred out.
He is so annoying.
That's every casting though. The whole.
But
Not
every
all-
casting couch,
not
he's
all
so annoying.
Castings, maybe from that particular
company or whatever.
content creator,
Yeah.
for lack of better wording.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you trying to hide, dude?
His wife, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. And if you're sitting there with your girl
Daughters.
or your wife and trying to
Nieces.
get involved, I don't know about you guys, but I've been in some long-term relationships where me and my girl will sit down and we'll watch some porn together. And if the dude's face is blocked out, she's going to be pissed. So it's definitely not something you can watch with your girl.
Wait. All right.
And when it comes to what was the last one here? The load.
The nut.
She took it all over the face.
How good was
Did
when
she?
you blew?
You saw the results in a couple of strokes. You didn't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
anything going on. That could have been extremely faked.
She wasted it.
She had swallow it.
See what?
He blew ball snot all over her face.
I'm not convinced it was real.
You might be right, and she wasted it.
Is this conspiracy
She
now?
I'm down with that because like she had a whole load on her face. She wasted every bit of it. I'm guessing she wasn't hungry. I don't know what the deal was, but she just wiped it off on a tissue.
To that aspect, she did say in the video that was the first time someone had ever come on her face. So that might have been one of those instances where she was just shocked by it.
But then she get the
Yeah.
wet wipes out. She should have been like, wiping it off and.
Should she have?
Nah, she should have had.
She wasn't used to that.
something to dip it in. I don't know.
What,
Or
like
dip
French
in it.
fries?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta. She wasted, dude. She didn't eat it.
Okay.
That's what
You're
she
cool with
sh-
that?
That's what she should
Yeah.
have done.
Yeah, she totally wasted it.
Okay.
She totally wasted that. So originally when we did this, she got a much lower review, but we fixed our
Yeah,
grading
we
scale.
fixed our system. Me and Jesse, I mean, do you
We're
want-
very close.
Yeah, we have our own ratings, but after going over everything, I had an 88%.
Hill Hippie, do you have a rating for it that you came up with?
Continue talking. I'll do some real quick math, and
All right.
it ain't going to be anywhere fucking
Yeah,
close
so-
to 88%.
Jesse, you want to go over ours right quick?
All right, so yeah, Jake gave it 88%. I gave it 87.5%. We're right close.
Going over that, we had camera quality, how hot she was, how long the video is. You gotta have like the kink, the dirty, like the X Factor. We got these are all 10-point subjects. We had the Homer, which is did she get ate on? Did she get it in the butt?
Just take it in
Did
her
they
mouth.
fuck? And did she
yep.
suck dick? That's four parts of one category, so they're like 2.5, 2.5 points each. We also got head quality, cum shot. Did he blow it off in her, or we had to make another one for this? It's facial. I gave her a 5. She didn't eat it. The storyline, it's casting couch, so it's like it's fake, but they're usually all pretty good for the storyline because it is a storyline. It's not real.
It's pretty solid though. I like it.
Real quick, one thing I forgot to mention because I didn't put it on my notes. It was the last thought I was having outside as I was enjoying a cigarette. There is one thing I took away from this video. There is a scam that could be had. Start posting on Craigslist or some other place, looking for porn models. We're starting the porn industry here in FXBG.
I'm pretty sure that's some sort of type of rape. Like that's
How is it rape?
Because they're expecting money. And
No, if you listen to the whole video at the end, he said you're not getting paid today. That's exactly what he said. If you listen to the whole, Hill Hippie knows.
Then you respond like you give him $50 for the interview.
It's also some sort of that's like prostitution. That is illegal.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you.
If you give him $50 for the interview and record it, it is not illegal. Not a legal crime.
Porn is legal.
All right, let's do this.
Why don't we do this?
No. Count me out. I'm just saying.
No,
There's
no,
a scam right there involved.
If we make one, will you review it on the show with us?
No.
2 male actors.
I don't want to see y'all. Neither one of y'all pasty white asses bouncing around.
Well,
what about our meat?
Yeah, what about our meat? We're just like.
Isn't that implied in the fact that I don't want to see y'all pasty white asses?
Just like the video we just watched, our faces will be blurred, and we'll just bam, 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 and then you review that.
I would still know.
You might know, but they wouldn't know.
I don't care if they know. I would know, and then I'd have to go home, and I'd have to cry into a pillow, and I'd have to find some therapy, and no, it's just bad things for me all around.
EK, would you review it with us? We got a head nod. We got to know. I think this is.
What about if we do some editing, and we blur out all 2.5 inches?
It looks like Asian porn. It looks like Asian porn. Where it's blurred.
Okay, I'm gonna say this
Well,
as
Jesse's
kindly as I can. Hell, fuck no.
Hill Hippie, I really wanted you to help us review our own personal porn. Maybe we could even start a Degenerates premium for like Snapchat, like they do with girls.
No, I'm
So
not
video
watching
of
you
us
guys
being-
fuck.
Well, don't. I don't want to watch me and Jesse fuck either.
No, I don't want.
So you're asking me to do something you're not willing to do yourself. Thanks, guys.
I was talking about me and Jesse.
Quality friendship right there.
No,
Glad to have met
no.
you.
Oh, come on, Hill Hip. Don't be like that. How we go back? Don't be like that.
So if we get our
I'll show you back to the door.
if we
that's
get our
cold.
scam going, you're not in.
No. I got a conscience.
What?
You need to grow up. You need to mature. Come on. You
Wow,
need to adapt to the
that
world.
was the biggest oxymoron statement I've ever heard in my
You need to
fucking
adapt
life.
to the world.
I need to adapt to the world. Okay.
You have an opportunity right here.
An opportunity.
This is serious shit. We're offering you a really good deal right now.
I think it's a
throwing
good.
it
I
away.
think it's a good game.
And yet I was the one who told them about this idea that they're offering me the opportunity.
Yeah, but we're
of-
going through with it.
Hey, you know what? That's on your karma, not mine.
What's karma about it? What's wrong with it? I mean,
Because you know you're never going to put her in a porno.
she don't know that.
She's never going to come back and make that $1,000 to $5,000.
She could think she might. We'll put it on.
Come on,
But you
dude.
know she's not, and that's on your karma.
Oh, we can put it.
Obviously, me and Jesse just being stupid.
We could put it on Pornhub though, and she can.
I would never make porn.
She
dude. What the fuck?
she could go. My mom will listen to this show.
My mom watches porn, dude. What if she sees me on porn?
Oh, God.
She said, "That's Jacob's dick. I know it."
I seen that dick 100 times. That's Jacob's dick.
Oh shit. Hippie can't even say nothing.
He'll be so confused right now.
I've seen that dick 1,000 times. I know that's Jacob's dick. If your mom has seen your dick past the age of 5, what the fuck?
Oh shit! I didn't get out of diapers till I was like 12.
Okay, fair enough. You do you, bro.
I'm telling you, Degenerates is gonna make its own form of porn, and we're gonna be a huge following.
He doesn't even have anything to say.
All of our followers would love to see us fuck their friends. I mean, because we're in Fredericksburg. We're in Fredericksburg. That's all that's gonna happen. We'll be fucking her friends somehow. Like, hey, yeah, taking the pipe. And it's not. I mean, is that really our fault?
Would they be friends though? If they're just offering their quote unquote friend up. Yeah, here, fuck this one.
I got a story to tell real quick.
Wait, what are you about to say? Because I was laughing about something else that me and you talk about.
Not that. All right, so somebody that is in a way related to Jake is friends with somebody I was having relations with. So I feel like I can't because they're gonna blast me all right, so they're best friends, right? They're best friends. This girl I was having relations with, and then Jake's cousin. They're best friends, quote unquote, right? So one night I was bored, and I hit up Jake's cousin,
talking about.
and she came over and had relations with me.
Oh yeah, because Jessie and his cousin have fucked like three of my cousins.
We have. Me and my cousin have fucked Jake's cousin.
So when he talks about fucking my cousin, I'm like, which one?
So she came over, and I had relations with her, but her best friend really wanted me, and we had been having relations before, and somehow it's my fault. Like,
I know you're talking
she was mad at me more than she was mad at her best friend for fucking me. How is that not?
I know.
Do you see me, Hill Hippie? I mean, is that really my fault?
That's like your wife cheats on you, and you get mad at the dude.
Yeah, is that really my fault?
Yeah.
Do you know the dude?
If I don't know him, then it's all good.
If you don't know him, then okay, you can't be mad at him so much.
Yeah.
But if you know him, yeah, you got every right to be just as mad at him as you do her.
Her best friend fucked me, and how is that my fault? They were both like teaming up on me. I'm like, why aren't you mad at each other? Like, I didn't do nothing.
How inebriated was she at the time?
She was coherent.
Oh, hey,
okay.
I don't want to go down this path.
That doesn't answer the question. That's... Coherent, and you can still be coherent.
No, it was like 7:00. She knew what was happening. This was.
Was there any drinks in her system?
No.
Was there any alcohol? I'm sorry, any pot in her system?
She was smoking a dab pen. That's it.
THC?
No.
After I picked her up.
Of course it's THC.
This was all planned.
Well,
I also want to clarify.
How potent was the THC? How hard was she hitting it?
They're usually about 88 to 92%.
She might have been a little stoned.
And at the same time, I want to make this
But
point
that's
that
after...
Jessie is his own person, and it doesn't. What if he's drunk?
Okay, so that makes it. That makes it 55-45.
No, it's
55
50,
her fault, right?
It's 50. No, your fault.
Why is it my fault? What?
I don't think the alcohol and the weed.
Were you stoned or have alcohol in your system?
I'm sure he
was. I was a little stoned. I know,
but that's
Jessie.
it. Okay, he was drunk or high.
Then it's 50-50. There
was then it's
no fault either way.
I'm just curious. Exactly. Why is it my fault that her best friend has sex with me, and she won't, and her friend won't have sex with me anymore because she's like, "Oh, you fucked." I'm not gonna say her name, but blah blah, and like,
I'll call him out by
the one that got mad at you.
Yes,
that's why. You really have to ask that question? Come the fuck on.
Her best friend fucked me knowing that she liked me, and she was like...
But you were fucking her. Well, no, she wanted you for herself. You got to think about the way... I'm not going to say all females, but a lot of females...
Most females.
Most all.
Yeah, the majority of females.
Well,
and
we can't blanket include anybody because there's always exceptions.
And I got a mom
this
and
one
a grandma.
I'm going to guess falls into the majority class where it's just, if I'm fucking him, you can't fuck him. And you damn sure can't fuck her because I'm fucking you.
Why is it my fault, though?
You already know this.
They hang out every day now. Like,
so?
They almost got closer since they fucked me. I don't...
She's giving you her flower. You should be satisfied with her.
But this is one. I told her when she found out happened because I was like, "You gonna tell?" Blah, blah. She's like, "No, no." And apparently she's like, she got mad, and I was like, "Well, I've been trying to hang out with you for like a month now, and she wouldn't do it."
We gotta get ready to wrap up.
Yeah, I think we do. But this was a story I had to tell. Do you know how much time we have?
Hey, we're about done.
You're at 1 hour right now.
All right, so
And my review is at 32.5%.
ooh, that's a low
cold.
review. That's cold, son.
No, it's
The best thing about that video was the girl and her looks.
By the way, a
And
30%. Like the best thing in that video is when it ends. Apparently, I mean,
Yeah, I was glad when I could go back to doing something else.
oh,
that's cool.
all right. Next time we do the porn review,
We want Hill Hippie.
we want Hill Hippie to pick the porno.
We're gonna do another segment where we go inside the chat again.
Yeah, we're gonna be in Chad's guts again.
Yeah, we're working on other shit. We got a few ideas. Like I said, cartoons, everything. So our Instagrams one more time. I'm at Jake Miller the first. Right next to me, I got at J Bright, JAYY Bright. And our Degenerates Instagram is OGD or OG Degenerates.
And you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. But on Instagram and Twitter, you can find us at OG Degenerates. You search OG Degenerates, you'll find us. You can find us, like I said, or like he said, our personal our personal shit. That's us. And they're kind of
Yeah,
working
they're
in the
trying
background.
to figure out when to
So
end our show right now.
They can end it whenever, but we're
All right, peace.
I'm learning. Shut up.